Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm Josh,
I'm Aaron.
and we've got a pretty big announcement for you today.
Yeah, it's a big one, all right.
Well, I guess we're just gonna keep it simple, and as you've probably noticed, our content has gotten, for lack of a better word, melancholy. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I would agree. It's become very just seems like there's no enthusiasm.
And it's not a lacking of wanting to do this stuff anymore. It's just we have different directions that we would like to take our content, and some of the stuff we want to do doesn't necessarily fit the format we've built. Like, what are the talk about some of the stuff you want to do?
Well, see, I've been getting more into because I travel a lot. I want to do more travel videos and travel vlogs, and I've been wanting to vlog more. And don't get me wrong, I love the Let's Plays. I've enjoyed doing those, but lately it's been just it's so hard to find a Let's Play that we both really can enjoy and find the enthusiasm for. I mean, Legends of Zelda kind of tipped the point for me, but then it was like a one-player game, so it was like I was just bored out of my mind sitting there watching you play. And I know you've probably been getting bored as well, having to sit here and, you know, play certain games that you've played probably a million times over.
Eh, I've probably beat Ocarina of Time probably 30, 40 times.
Yeah, so see, it was kind of like it's to me it's I'm pushing more for and I still want to do my let's plays. So those aren't, I'm not going anywhere with that. But it's like I've said, I'm not the best of gamers. So, I don't play very well. You know, yeah. There's no way to beat around the bush. I fucking suck at games, so and I don't want the fans to feel like they're having to watch me suffer just for their entertainment. So I'm still going to do like one let's play, but as it goes, Broforce is probably going to end as soon as we get done with this conversation.
No, you could still finish it out over on your channel.
Yeah, and I mean, I know that you got your interests you want to work on as well, Josh.
Yeah, one of the things that I've been trying to get off the ground for, I don't know, probably since March, April area, has been going back to a regular streaming schedule. But the way we record doesn't really allow for that, and your scheduling doesn't really allow for that. So
Yeah, it's unfortunately due to the odd hours that I do work, it really throws a wrench into trying to get anything accomplished.
so as far as like the streaming goes, there have been quite a few games where it's like, hey, I can throw that in and stream for, a couple hours or whatever. But then it hits me, I'll be streaming by myself, and that's a game that we kind of have on our playlist for, you know, duo commentary.
Yeah,
So a lot of that has been holding me back from streaming just because I don't want to waste a game. I mean, right now we've got separate Let's Plays of Super Meat Boy on the channel, and they don't really compete with each other, but they do, but they don't. It's just, some people have probably already watched your playthrough,
and laughed at it, quite
and
hysterically.
when they see my playthrough go up, it's just,
Oh,
Well,
the
I don't want to
same.
watch that game again.
Yeah, that's the same thing over again. Come on. Is Josh really screwing up his bet? No, he's actually doing better than Aaron. Wow, that's impressive. So in a way, I mean, I've become kind of burnt out, man, with Let's Plays.
Yeah. Plus, I mean, you've got other stuff that you want to look into that
Yeah, I mean,
I don't really fit into the mix of that. Even though earlier I think we did possibly discuss still lending a hand here and there if
yeah,
you need it.
for instance, Talking Points will be rebranded into the new channel, which I've actually changed the name of my channel now. It's now Cold Bane Games, I think. So, it's pretty much just going back with my gamer tag and, PSN name or whatever you want to call it. And, you know, there'll still be Let's Plays on there. There'll still be the new brand of Talking Points, which I have no idea what I'm going to call it yet. There's no sense calling it Talking Points because, well, as you can probably guess by what we're saying here, T.O.C is kind of taking a back burner approach now.
Yeah, basically, the whole name actually served a purpose because there were supposed to be three of us, and then there was two of us, and then there was three of us
Three of
again
us
when Will
again, and so
joined, and then there were two of us again. So the whole Triforce part was symbolic of the three,
yeah,
but now without the three, it's kind of been losing its meaning, and
and it really lived up to the name Triforce of Chaos because it seemed like every time we get the third part, chaos would ensue, and the third part would just go back into Den's hands, I guess, or Nehru. Whichever one we want to compare ourselves to.
from a completely different point on the back end side of it, the word chaos actually worked against us in some marketing plans.
Yeah,
So,
that was.
all in all, the name, while it had a symbolic meaning, and we got some really good show titles out of it,
Yeah,
all in all, probably was not the best choice to go with. And
yeah,
that also is playing a small factor into this, but basically, within the next 24 hours of this posting, which should go up today, Monday,
yeah,
and it's also going to go up on your channel.
yeah. It'll
I'm
be up on
assuming
my
today as
channel.
well.
Yeah, I'm gonna post it as soon as you give me the finished product.
So, within the next 24 to 48 hours, uh, Aaron's going to be shifting his focus over to his channel
Yeah, which
and hopefully coming up with a name for talking points.
Yeah, I've already come up with something. It's like fun time chat with friends or something like that. It's still going to be the same format. I might change up how I do it. Like I might use this here to film because the Canon camera, I love it, but
That
it's
30-minute time frame is a
yeah,
bitch.
yeah, it is. And then on top of that, every time I have to stop and get up and reset the thing, and then I forget where I was, so now feel like I have to start the episode over again. And especially when we get like our good buddy Omar over here, 30 minutes becomes 4 hours, and we're sitting there editing videos. But again, that's something I wanted to bring up, Josh. I know a lot of people are probably going to say, well, what about y'all's commentary for Comic Cons and stuff like that? Are y'all still going to do all that? We're still going to partner up. There's
Yeah,
nothing me and him have done to each other that we hate each other. It's
yeah.
this is not a this is
We
not a we're going separate ways because we don't like each other. This isn't John Tron and Ego Raptor. This is totally different.
yeah we had a long conversation this morning about going into this and making sure that while in a way, yeah, this sucks that we're splitting, but
We
we're
want to get a
we're
better
we're
product.
leaving while we're still on good terms
Yeah,
because you never know how much farther Aaron being burnt out could have led to resenting coming over and recording or
which I can tell you right now that wouldn't have happened. But
Yeah, but you don't know what little things might have
yeah,
become
it could have
big
been
things.
something you said that might have, might, or something you say, if say we continue this on, that may set me off in the long run, or may say, well, and I don't want to go through that. I want to keep the friendship as long as possible, man.
So with that, we're separating on good working terms.
Yeah, I mean,
Um,
you'll see
like I
Josh
said a
on.
minute ago, Aaron has a project in mind that I've offered to assist him with. We still might collab here and there, especially if cross-platform gaming becomes a thing.
And hopefully it will. I mean, there's been talks about it now for what, about 4 or 5 months, and
Well, Xbox has opened the doors. They're literally just waiting for PlayStation to flip the switch.
I think that's coming soon. So
But that's a completely different thing. As far as like events go, like say Low Country Gigatoshi Con 2 in 2017, if Omar would like to have us both back, then that should not be an issue.
no, I mean we'll be glad to do it. I mean, just because T.O.C is going away, or not, is it? It's going away, right?
Yeah, the whole branding is changing.
Yeah. So
Essentially, within the next 24 to 48 hours, Triforce of Chaos as a brand will no longer exist.
yeah. So instead, you'll have
All of the content will still be there from the past that you can go back and watch, but from here on out, it will no longer have the Triforce logo, the name, until like we there might be like a subsidiary that we come up with later on for when we do come back to work, like Low Country Gigatoshi Con 2017 or
yeah,
whatever other event we
yeah. I mean,
we collab through.
there's been plenty of people have asked, plenty of people asking us, when are y'all going to do another tournament? And that's entirely up to everybody that was involved with Thundercade and all that. That was pretty popular. I mean,
And there's also a lot more possibilities that come with us splitting apart. Aaron's going to focus on his stuff, which he's more passionate about with what he's posted so far. That's clear. I'm going to focus on some other stuff that I would like to do, but while we're doing that, we'll also be building two audiences instead of one.
yeah,
So that opens up the possibility that, like, say, if we come together to work together for Extra Life, because I'm definitely going to be doing it again this year. I can't
and
speak for Aaron,
I'm there with you. I want to do it again, man. That's
but
we'll work together as a team just like we always do, man. So
but when it comes to Extra Life, we've got some other options out there now too. Plus, I believe you are looking into upgrading your systems soon so that you can start streaming regularly.
that's in the plans. I got to see how well things are going to go on my part right now with finances and all that. But um, I would like to maybe upgrade as soon as I can.
So let's say that you can upgrade before Extra Life. At that point, if the event that we talked about can actually go through, then instead of streaming on one channel, we could actually have two separate content streams working the same event.
Yeah, I mean
Like,
that would be
not to give too much away, but we're hoping to get a venue that has quite a bit of room, and talks were said of, like, say, for example, on my stream, it'll be an Xbox stream, whereas on Aaron's stream, it'll be PS4 stream.
yeah.
But we're still working together in the same venue with the same group of people. It's just you have more choices as an audience on which one you want to watch.
Yeah, or you can
which
open them up for
should benefit the
posting.
program even more.
Yeah, I mean, in the long run, like I said, this is still we're still going to partner up every now and then. We're still going to work together on some things. If I have questions, I'll go to him. If he has questions, he'll go
I'll
to
go to
himself.
Google.
Yeah, it's something that again, this is not something we just made a decision on today. It's something that we've been thinking about now for a while, and we really wanted to keep this thing going, but it's just, I mean,
it's
how else do we
it's
put it
it's
other
run
than
its course.
we both feel like it's pretty much just
Yeah, this started coming up off and on what maybe 3 months ago,
yeah,
and then we had a long conversation about it about 3 weeks ago, and here we are.
yeah. I mean, we thought about coming up with new content to put on the channel, and we thought about everything, but again, like Josh said, the branding was an issue. Time constraints are a big issue with us right now. It's so hard to plan anything, and it's so hard to come up with something that we know y'all will love. You
Well,
know,
but
so
you know, it's the end of something, but it's the beginning of
it's
new content, new shows, new ideas, new possibilities, just all the way around.
yeah, and I mean, who
Because
knows? We might revive this one day as under a different name, or
I mean, for starters, we typically get together and film on Mondays. If we're
yeah,
not doing that now, that gives Aaron plenty of time to develop his new project, which I'm trying my best not to mention
yeah.
because I don't know if you want that out there yet.
Well, the second channel I'm working on, the second concept channel I'm working on, and I've got to work with, Will wants to come back and do it because it's part of his passion as well, and then we've got another guy, a couple of other people that are out there that want to do it. It's something I know that I like that I know you really don't have much of an interest in. I mean, you might have interest in it, but you don't. I don't see you being the type to do it.
The concept of it is interesting to me. The the participation aspect does not interest me.
Yeah,
That's
it's
the only way I can think to put it without exposing what it is.
well, I'll go ahead and say it's pretty much a tabletop RPG channel is what it's going to be. It's not that we're going to be recording ourselves playing. I mean, we might do that. That's kind of up to all of the participants, but it's geared towards the lore of that, the history of the games, all of this stuff that we've come. If you've ever played D&D, you'll get to find out, or if you've never played D&D, you'll find out what it's about. If you played it, you can see what we're trying to say. Um, it's going to be a mixture of skits and lore telling and story building in a way. All of it, all the people involved with this project. I mean, they came to me with the idea. Josh came to me with the same idea at the same time. We were going to plan to work it out on T.o.C, but it didn't fit T.o.C. And so in the long run, I mean, it's something I'm passionate about because I just recently got into tabletop RPGs, but I've always had some fascination with them as a kid. But it's in the long run. I mean, it's something that it's in the pre-alpha stage of development right now. It's still drawing board material.
Yeah, we call that the concept stage in the industry.
Yeah,
which
you can tell I've been more of a gamer than anything else because I said pre-alpha.
which if it does come to fruition and the participants are willing to be filmed, then that's possibly where I would come in to work as a camera operator.
and that would actually be beneficial. And I mean, I've got the equipment to do it too, so it's getting multiple camera, and I've got multiple people willing to help record as well. So that would be you and one other person going around with two cameras to give us enough footage to really capture everything. But again, it's this is kind of bittersweet for me, man, because I remember the day you came up to me and told me about the idea for T.O.C, and it was there was so much passion and enthusiasm in both of us, and then all of a sudden it started going positive, and then it plateaued at one point. And then we did something, then we went to Soda City, and it rose up again, and then it plateaued, and then all of a sudden we started seeing that downward drop from the plateau.
That's just how YouTube is. You just gotta keep changing it up, and
Yeah, and that's something I think we both got complacent, and I know I just became so. Well, back to the grind. I found it to be more of a job than fun in the long run, and I mean, I know you probably felt the same way.
yeah, there were certain times where I just absolutely did not want to edit footage,
Yeah,
but we were on a deadline for like after you got back from California, you know, all that footage we recorded that week had to be up the next day.
yeah, and that's what sucks so bad. I mean, it's again, it's not that we don't like doing this. Trust me, I still I was kind of geared up and ready to go because after Low Country Gig at ToShiCon, we took a week off to kind of clear our heads and find out what our passion was. And during that time, I filmed another episode of I think another series I'm working on for Cold Veins Gaming or whatever the hell I called it. It was airing of T.O.C. Let's put it that way. It was I called it Outside the Box, and it was an unboxing video. And I mean, I could feel myself being passionate about opening up a box with a toy inside. I guess hanging around Omar long enough has kind of given me that toy craze. But
I guess we probably should address that too.
yeah,
Um, with to alleviate the pressure of the people that we've worked with so far, like Omar, um, as far as well, let's just use Omar for example,
yeah,
because he has a ton of events that he does.
yeah,
Um, if it comes down to it that he feels that he would want you to work a certain event because he feels you're more qualified for it, then by all means approach Aaron, with your contract, and it's not gonna hurt my feelings.
yeah. And I mean, it's not gonna hurt my feelings if he says, "Hey, Josh, I like the way you handled this. Can I get you to come with me and help me out?" That's there's no feelings hurt here. I mean, we're all adults.
But again, as long as scheduling does not conflict, we are still on cooperative working
Oh
grounds.
yeah, there is no doubt in my mind that I like working with you, man. I mean, TOC has been kind of our go-to. I mean, it became stress relief for me for a long time, and I enjoyed doing it. And then it just started getting to the point where we would be working on something, and I'd be like, okay, it's after lunchtime. I just don't feel like playing this same game, but we need the footage, so okay, grab the controller, let's play.
Yeah,
And then
whereas with it being split off, we're a little more in control of when our content goes up,
yeah,
because I'm sure you're not going to have a daily schedule. I'm more than likely not going to have a daily schedule anymore
yeah,
either.
daily schedule's not gonna happen. I mean, with me being busy and I know you being busy, um, it's kind of hard for me to keep up with a daily schedule. It's probably going to be bi-weekly, if anything, or maybe tri-weekly. You know, yeah, okay, yeah, I got the pun there, tri-weekly. You know, but it's one of those things that again, I'm excited to see how moving forward is going to do for us.
Yeah, me too. As far as my scheduling goes, I'm hoping to have a regular stream time for hopefully 2 or 3 hours, maybe longer, maybe every Tuesday and Friday, Tuesday and Thursday, something like that. And then just some random content here and there in between.
Yeah, my thing is going to be probably again with whatever the hell I'll call talking points. That may stick with a Monday schedule, or I may just live broadcast. I don't know yet. I'm still highly in debate about how I want to carry that one over. I want to carry it over, but I got to figure out how to work it out so it works. I'm definitely going to be going back to having a two-person show. I can doing it solo just gets so
Mundane.
mundane. Yeah,
Oh, here we
it's
are. It's going to be a short episode this week. Alright, this was a comic book. Now let's answer your questions.
yeah. See, it gets tough. So it gets tough talking by yourself because you don't have that rebuttal. You don't have that instant, hey, yeah, and then there's this, and then then you don't have the two other experts that are in the room with you that carry that 10-minute episode over to a 2-hour episode. So I'm gonna start bringing that in as well. There's gonna be other things that I'll be working on as well. I mean, I know at least I want to do food challenges, and I know I want to do unboxings, and then a let's play. So probably 3 things a week. That's being generous, and then travel vlog videos as we can get them edited because it's me and my wife working together on getting the editing done, and it's been with everything going on, it's been a nightmare trying to get anything accomplished. So hopefully, once everything just kind of evens out, I can get the rest of those California. I still got more California videos. Not to mention my trip to Santee State Park this weekend. That was, by the way, thanks for the idea there, Josh.
Yeah, no problem. Kind of sucks that we had to cancel, but
Yeah, because I totally got stuck next to Early Kyler from the Squidbillies. If you were there, I could have actually filmed an episode outside rather than in a cabin, which I'll probably be posting that today. Once I get, I guess I'll be editing it. So once I get done editing it, it'll probably say talking points on there, but I'll change the name on the show
well, that's because it was filmed before this
before
was
the decision.
finalized.
Yeah, before the final decision. So it'll say talking points, but it's the new whatever the hell I call it. That might even be the name of the show, whatever the hell I call it.
You might have a little trouble with sponsors later on with it.
That's true, you know. But yeah, I'll figure something out. Um, I'm gonna have, like I said, I'm pretty much gonna take talking points back to the way it was when it was me and Will, or me and you, or me and Noah, or
Well, you could always just call it talking points.
See, everybody calls their show talking points. Though I don't want to call it talking points. I want to come up with something awesome and fun. So,
Or
I thought about that. I honestly did, but I looked up how many talking points shows there are, and I was like, God, I can't put that on a T-shirt.
call it The View.
Okay, just because I look like Rosie O'Donnell does not mean that I'm Rosie O'Donnell. She's been off that show for a while though. Okay, I can't think of anybody that's been on that show other than Rosie O'Donnell because everybody made fun of Rosie O'Donnell. So, um, I'll figure out what the hell to call it. That's it. There it is. I'll figure out what the hell to call it. Again, sponsoring. Yeah, at that point, I don't care about the sponsors.
Well, that's pretty much all of that.
Yeah, it's been a fun ride, Josh. I'll have to admit it's been. I've enjoyed some of the things we did, like our one episode of Doomsday Tuesday, where I screamed at a baby.
Fuck that show.
Yeah, that was that was the epitome of bad decisions.
Vomit, vomit, vomit.
Yeah, tell me about it. I got four in a row. Or was it three? I don't remember. All I know is I got enough vomit ones to make me feel like I was gonna be sick the rest of the week. But we had one of the shows that went by the wayside, which was our fetch quest.
Yeah, that it had potential. It just launched at the wrong time.
Yeah, and then there was our I had fun with game talk. Then it kind of got to be mundane as well because we ran out of stories.
Both of our failed cooking shows
Yeah,
that never even saw the light of day.
no, we had to scrap both of those because we named one of them a show that's already got a name apparently.
That
That was
train wreck of a Let's Play where we tried to do Resident Evil.
yeah,
You couldn't read a guide.
yeah, that sucked. I was reading the guide and all of a sudden it was like, oh wait, that's not the right one. That's not the right one at all. So it this is probably the most bittersweet moment I think I've had talking about T.O.C. Because everything else has been just enjoyable but
Well, it's
it.
not like you're dying.
I mean, we don't know that yet, but test results aren't in. There, that should give me some views.
But I guess what we need to say is that if you want to follow Aaron's content, uh, the link to his channel, once he gives it to me, will be in the description below.
Yeah, and once Josh gets a channel, or once he gets, or how is that going to work? Are you going?
Um, without getting too complicated, I've come across a way to re basically redirect all the content
Yeah,
so that the the channel will no longer exist as far as like searching and stuff goes,
yeah,
but all of the content will still be available, kind of like a you're familiar with mirror downloads, right?
yeah, yeah.
Okay, so it'll still be available through like a mirror from my new channel.
Okay.
Um, but that's basically the easiest way to describe it. Is that uh, I haven't fully decided on the name that I'm gonna go with, because one name, if I go with it, then I gotta pay some money to change some other stuff. But if I go with the other name that doesn't cost me any money, then I lose like all of the regular subscriptions that I watch regularly.
Yeah.
Like it'll override all those, and so I got to figure out where I'm gonna go with that. But once that happens, all that content will basically just slide over.
Okay.
It won't actually be re-uploaded or anything like that. It's just you can't search for this channel anymore, but it's kind of like rehosting.
Yeah.
You get it.
Yeah, I get it.
It's hard to explain, but you get it.
Yeah, I get it. So, but
But as for all of that, all of the existing footage, except for the train wreck shows that were never going to be posted anyway,
Yeah.
All of that footage is already up. Um, the last thing was the Legend of Zelda playthrough finale, which went up Saturday. Um, there's still a couple of interviews that were done off the stream from Low Country Gigatoshi Con that I'll get up at some point. But basically, uh, yeah, if you're watching this on T.o.C/me, not like a URL, but like T.o.C or me,
Yeah.
then go watch Aaron if you were here as a fan of him. Go follow him over there. I assume your Twitter handle will also change. 'Cause
Yeah.
you can do that without making an all new Twitter.
Yeah. I know
Okay.
how to change Twitter handles,
Some
but
people didn't know you could do that. They thought all you could do was change the profile name and not
uh,
the
you
at name.
you can change the whole kit and kabang.
So I guess whenever you get around to that, I'll put your current twiddle your
Twitter.
current Twitter handle in until you update it, and then make sure I go back and change it.
Yeah.
And if you're watching this on Aaron's channel and you want to follow my shit, uh, once the whole mirror merge, whatever, however you want to describe it thing, once I figure out what name I want to go with, I would assume that you'll update yours as well.
Yeah. That should be the link for the channel there, if I'm not mistaken. That's what it gave me whenever I went to the look at the channel.
Yeah, I'll
Uh,
have to check it once we're done, but
yeah.
we'll work all that out off of the video because we've been rambling on for about 30 minutes.
Yeah. So anyway, uh, thanks for tuning in. It's like I said, it's going to be one of those things where we say ta-ta for now, but we'll say hello on another channel. So,
This is not the Mickey Mouse Clubhouse.
nah. This is more like Star Wars, We just left Lucasfilms for, well, I don't want to say that. That's bad. That's terrible. Why would I even make that as some equation there?
I don't know.
Yeah. Anyway,
But yeah, we're just to recap, next 24, 48 hours, T.o.C no longer exists. Uh, we're leaving on good terms. We will still work together, and if you would like to see something specific with the two of us together, you know, comments.
yeah, send us messages or comments, one of the two. Facebook page will probably be going down today too, right?
Uh, yeah, it'll all be worked through in the next 24 to 48 hours.
Yeah. So that's about it. That's about all I've got.
Yeah, I don't have anything else.
So anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks for watching through everything. You've been awesome, and we'll see you on our other channels.
Yep.